Hey guys, it's LimeNadoYT back again with another video, and today we are doing another chess video, and I have three excellent games to show you guys. Yeah, the first one is my favorite, and the second and third one are also pretty good too. So I think might want to watch to the end of the video. All right, well let's get straight to it. Alright, so this is a game between the box bot. I was just playing around with bots since I didn't want to really lose my elo. Right here I was rated 1115 and I am playing white. So I start out with e4, book move. I've been playing an opening, I'll show you guys in a second. So e5 and knight to c3. I've been practicing the Vienna because I heard that's a really good opening for mid-game players. So I just want to try it out. This is like I watched a Gotham chess video, tried to practice my best. But yeah, so knight to f6. I actually learned this opening, so this is good. I play f4, Vienna's Gambit. d5, so we're playing the main line. And then I take with the f pawn to e5. He also takes with his knight on e4, and I move to queen f3. Now this is all just like basic opening principles, nothing special. And we go knight takes c3. Also, I know about this too. I know that if you take on with the b pawn to c3, you can set up for some stuff. So I just move the d4 pawn. I move the d pawn to d4. And my plan here now, I'm thinking in my head, is I need to attack like somewhere over here because I know that he's about to castle since he has his castle ready. And just like he does, he castles. I bring out my white squared bishop to attack this weak pawn on h7. And he plays c5. So in response to c5, I know that knight to e2. This is theory. I got really lucky with the line because I learned about all this. Plays knight to c6. Trying to threaten this pawn. I play castles, lining up my rook with my queen, starting some counterattack over here. He plays bishop to e6. Not the best move, but I guess it works. Now over here, I was really determined to start attacking. I didn't want to wait longer. I was getting impatient, but apparently the engine says that this is a mistake. And this is a mistake because apparently what they could do is just play g6 and then I'd have to retreat back to the same square. But my opponent doesn't see this and he plays h6. And now in my brain, I was thinking, now I do need some dastardly content if you know what I mean for because I haven't posted in a while. So I was thinking, what move should I play? And what I did is I saw that my bishop, my queen, and my rook are all attacking around where the king is. So I decided that in order to reveal a stronger attack, I sacrifice the bishop. Bishop takes h6 is a brilliant move, guys. First brilliant move of the video. Crazy. I think this is like one of my rare moments of brilliant moves. And as you may see, he just pushes the pawn because if he takes like this, my queen takes this pawn. And he's going to have a hard time trying to prevent checkmate. Alright, guys, so back onto the game now. He plays c4, trying to threaten the bishop. But I honestly do not care. I play bishop to g7. Now, you might be asking, what is you doing? Well, if he takes with the queen, which is the only option that to take with, then it's mate in one. Boom, that's mate in one because the pawn is covering and my queen is protected by the bishop and all the squares of the king is taken. So he can't do that, but if he decides to not take, so he played f5. And I know, guys, I didn't go for the en passant. I know I should have gone for it, guys. I forgot that en passant is forced. I should have just went like that, even though it's losing, or not losing. Actually, wait, it was actually a pretty good move. Maybe I should have did en passant. Alright, well, now I'm having regrets. Well, I could have did en passant, but I didn't. I chose to do queen to h8, getting a check. And the king is forced to move right here. And after that, I just take the rook for safety, try to get an easy win. I don't want to risk anything. Takes back with his queen, and just provide a series of checks. So queen h5 check. Take the pawn with the bishop because I knew it was free. My rook and queen are both protecting it. Takes with the bishop. I take with my rook. He tries to protect his king. I can already see that if I could move my rook here to pin, but the bishop's protecting it, so I had to do something about that. So I moved it back. He moves his rook. I go for the pin. He tries to protect with his bishop. Free take. Tries to move his knight for whatever reason. Take the queen. And basically winning from here. The next few moves are forced checkmate. Now I didn't find that obviously, but he takes. Check with the and take the knight. And I just do a series of checks from here. Try to find a forced mate. Struggle a bit. I start to close in with the position. Take his pawns. Keep providing checks. And eventually I find a fork between the king and the rook right here, and he can't move because the knight is protecting this square, pawn protecting that square, and queen is protecting that square, which actually the king can't even move to. So he just moves his king up there, and I take the rook. And it basically win from here, mate into if you could find it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And all you have to do is just move the queen right there, and then right there. Checkmate. And I fought the box bot. I don't know why you say it that weird. And if we check the review, I played like a 1700. Now that's kind of crazy if I do say so myself. I got 1 brilliant move, 0 great moves, 23 best moves, 17 excellent moves, and I think I just did overall well. I didn't even get a single miss or blunder. I only got that one mistake. But yeah, so that was game one. Absolutely beautiful game, but it was against a bot. The next two are real players. So let's head on to the second game. Alright, now this game was against Knight Supremacy 1. I was only rated 1,114, so I did go down to my, yep, I did go down by 1 elo. But let's check out this game. So I'm playing as black, and he plays e4. Now against e4, I like to play the King's Indian, so that would be d6. He plays d4, taking control of center. I play knight f6 as the opening goes. He protects his pawn with knight c3. I go g6 to try to fianchetto. He plays d5. I need to start learning this line actually because I don't really know how to counter d5 even though it's not the best of the moves. I play bishop to g7. He tries to attack my knight with bishop to g5. I just castle and ignore it. Knight to f3. Knight to d7. And he plays bishop f4, which I don't really understand because basically a useless attack. That's the engine sets inaccuracy, and I agree with that. And I play e5 trying to attack the bishop. I guess that's an inaccuracy also. Oh, because en passant. How could I forget? First I missed en passant, and then I get... Oh my gosh, I really need to step up my game, guys. But I get en passanted. I take with the e6 pawn, and he plays e5, his mistake. And the reason why this is a mistake is because I could just play e4, and I basically have control of center. Even if he takes right here my knight, although it looks free, I could just take his bishop right here, and I have a much more control of center, and I could take over easily. So yeah, he messed up there, but of course I don't find that, and I take with the pawn. Simple. He takes with this bishop, which is obviously not good because I could take with the knight. And then he takes with his knight. And after that, what I was supposed to do is play d5. This would basically allow the bishop to attack this knight. And also this knight is being attacked right there. So I missed that though. Obviously, I always miss stuff. And I just play queen takes on d1. So yeah, this is a mistake because you're supposed to take with the knight, get a better position. This knight is safe, but he takes with the rook. And I find my first great move, knight to d5. Now the reason why this is a great move is because if he decides to take with this knight, I could just take with the pawn, and after that his knight is under attack. He cannot take the pawn. It's basically maintaining the equal balance of the game. Alright, so he takes with this knight. I take with the pawn. And he takes with this rook. Now that is a mistake because I could kick him out with c6 and he won't have any protection for his knight, which I do. My second great move. After that he tries to move to rook c5. That obviously doesn't work because all I gotta do is play pawn b6, and now his rook has no squares to protect his knight, so he's forced to move his bishop for checks. And then he tries to move his knight for another check, but I obviously just take with the rook. Another great move because after he takes with the bishop, I get another rook. So basically, I just want a free knight. Now he tries to retreat his bishop. I go to control the diagonals over here. So basically, his king is very limited to moving. Also, I prevent him from castling, which is good. Tries to move his pawn from on the h files. So I just protect with the h5, making sure he doesn't push that pawn any further. I don't want any attack on my king. Tries to escape his rook. I provide with the check. He moves his king to d1. I try to close the squares near the king with bishop to b2, also taking the pawn that was there. He tries to move his rook to attack the g6 pawn, but I really don't care, and I just attack his bishop with this bishop protecting it. He tries to attack my c6 pawn. I provide another check, getting my rook back to safety from this pinning of pawns. And from here, I just try to get a trade with the bishops. I'm already up material, so this is a good trade with me for me, even if I lose this pawn. And now I just provide a check, and he plays a blunder. So king d1 is obviously a blunder due to the fact that I could just close up all the squares now that's near the king. So what I do, bishop to c3, another great move. So basically now he's trapped, cannot move here. The only square that he has is right here to retreat. The square right here. And basically he tries to check me. I move my king. Now he has no checks because I could take on both of these checking squares. And he tries to move his rook for a free pawn, but checkmate on rook e1. So yeah, I think that was one of my best games I ever played in my whole entire career because I got 5 great moves. All of them were consistently. I didn't mess up on one single of the great moves. And I kind of like that game. So now on to the third game, which I think is also pretty good. All right, so I'm 1,123 rated. I'm fighting against Atin Skywalker. He's 1,150 rated. And we are playing as white, and I do e4, trying the Vienna Gambit. Use e5, knight to c3, knight f6, and I do the Vienna Gambit, so f4. He takes, and I kind of forgot the line here, I'm be honest, so I played knight to f3, even though I should have played e5. I forgot the line there for a second so that I could attack the knight, and I just get a better position overall. But I do play that mistake, and he tries to play d6 to prevent e5, but I play d4 now, taking control of center. I just keep trying to take control of center, getting my bishop on this nice diagonal over here, and he castles. So I play bishop d3, trying to open this line over here. So then eventually I just castle and then open up with this pawn, which is a mistake. So he plays knight h5 over here, not even trying to trade, trying to attack my bishop. And I miss. Bishop takes h7, which looks like a good move because I could start bringing up my queen and stuff. But sadly, I miss it and just take the pawn right here. So he plays a great move. Knight takes on f4. That is a great move because it's equal material after I take the bishop, and then his queen takes, I'm pretty sure. So yep, that's equal material. And now I bring my knight to the middle. Inaccuracy, I guess there's better moves there. Yep, attacking the knight. Well, my rook's attacking the knight, so I guess I don't know why that's inaccurate. Probably because I need to develop the queen. But yeah, I just bring my knight to the middle. He takes my bishop, so because he's scared of this square, I'm pretty sure. I take with the queen, not the knight, because I want the knight to stay in the center. Engine doesn't like that, of course. And he takes my knight, and I give him an extra pawn. So I guess that's why the engine doesn't like that. And I play the a rook to e1, threatening his queen. And here's where the spicy stuff comes. So he moves his queen to g5. I play rook f3, ready to threaten this square with the queen diagonal and the rook to h3. He plays bishop g4. So he's protecting the square, can't do anything, so I have to threaten his bishop, pinning it to the queen. What he does is he tries to move his queen out the way and also provides me with the check. So I just move my king. And now he moves his bishop to f5, attacking my queen. I play queen f3, hoping to attack the bishop and also add more threats to it, like this rook maybe to g5. And then he plays bishop takes on c2, trying to get a free pawn. And I go to rook h3, going to attack this square that I've been looking for this whole time. And then he plays queen to c4, providing me with a check. Move out the way. A rook to d8, looking to, I guess, further enhance his attack. I play b3, trying to kick out the queen. Move my knight to attack. And he makes the blunder. Rook d3. Now you might be asking me, why is this a blunder, Lime? Well, after the brilliant sacrifice, which I found, knight to f6. And now the reason why this is brilliant is because it provides a check. And basically, if he were to take with the pawn right here, which he didn't do, it would be mate in two. Because after you move the rook to the side to rook g3, he has to move his king without any protection. And then I would just play queen to f6, and that is checkmate. But he didn't do that, and instead, he played king to h8, trying to avoid that pawn take, but obviously that doesn't work, and this is also checkmate, rook to h7. So that brilliant move basically won me the whole entire game, and I found forced checkmate there. So that was pretty cool, guys. But yeah. So comment down below which game you like the best. I'm glad that I got all these brilliant moves to show you guys. But yeah. So I'll see you in the next chess video. Goodbye.